And round one of the TGN Racing Series League on iRacing at Daytona International Speedway. The Daytona 250 is green, brought to you by G&G Fitness TGN. As Conrad Sampson in the 21 Genesis Ford Racing Mustang makes his way to turn number 1 the first pole sitter for the season, as the NXRL has finally made their way over to iRacing. Didn't have much practice together running in big packs, as you can see on lap 1 had a big one. And we're back underway here as Conrad Sampson takes the green again. The 8 car, the 33 also behind, as the 33 jumps to the bottom behind the 8 car of Blake Freeman as they go into turn 1 and 2, and he'll jump and grab the second spot. Now it looks like much more single file, a lot of space given between each car this time as they come down off the high banks in turn 2 and make their way down the back straightaway. The 33 car, the Paradise Vapors, Camaro making his move to the outside, but does not look like he'll have any help as the 88 of Logan McDaniels drops to the bottom to help the 21 car. A few notables here: the 21 Ford Racing Mustang, Conrad Sampson Jr., the 33 Paradise Vapors, Brad Slaughter Jr., the 54 NOS Energy Racing Camaro, the 57 Cody Contreras Buffalo Wild Wings, the 86 of Ayrton Shelley in the Interstate Batteries car, and the 83 Exalta Tax Slayer Chevy of Aaron Reed are all returning members from the NXRL, with several new faces here this season. And those new faces are the 46 of Morgan Gambio, the 88 of Logan McDaniels, the 2 of Nick Opek. I do apologize if I pronounced your last name wrong. Also the 8 of Blake Freeman and the 9 of Justin Smith, with several other drivers unable to make the field as they work their way through the tri-oval, and it looked like the 88 car of Logan McDaniels led that one. This is a race that when the 33 jumps to the bottom, it looks like he wants to go to the lead. A very strong move from him early on. As you see them working their way, you see each car has several tenths or even just large amounts of room between themselves as we go on board with Cody Contreras and the Buffalo Wild Wings Camaro as he works his way through 3 and 4 on the bottom. The 54 slides up a little bit, drops back down. The NOS Energy car as they stay single file through the tri-oval here. It looks like he'll take his momentum to the high side and work his way on the outside of Trevor Tong. Looks like a little bottoming out maybe from the front car, or maybe a little touch of the wall. Couldn't tell really, but just a few sparks coming out from under one of those machines as they work off of the high banks in turn 2. This is Cody Contreras making a jump down to the bottom, looking for the lead as he goes into 3 and 4, but nobody really on his bumper helping him. But it doesn't seem to matter. He's muscling his way up to the front, side by side, 2 by 2 as they come down the front straightaway, and it looks like the 57's headed for the lead. Now, duly noted, the 33 car and the 21, 2 of the more experienced drivers in this series, might have a little bit of edge from that. Looks like their pushing is going to keep them the front 2 spots as they work through 1 and 2. Experience does help, but more qualities, more draft will always win. As you see the 57, the 54, the 46 and 2 trying to rally down there on the bottom. I'd have to say the bottom lane will probably win out on this fight as they work their ways through turn 3 and 4. Now several drivers, it seems, not up in the lead pack as they're just trying to take it easy. We are only about 10 laps into this very long 100 lap race here at Daytona International Speedway. As you see a little bit of 3 wide there, looks like the 21 might have needed to get some air to cool off that engine. And that's one thing that will be very important, keeping those engine temps down while trying to push as hard as you can throughout the day. As they make their way into 3 and 4, it looks like everybody, for the most part, single file. Looks like they'll have a little checkup as the 33 car goes to the outside. As I look from high above, you can see about the front 6 or 7 cars making their way into turns 1 and 2. As we take a look at the back half of the field, 4 cars back here involved in the first wreck, just minding their time. Several miles to go, several laps, almost 80 more laps to complete here. Aaron Reed in the Exalta Tax Slayer Chevrolet making his way through 3 and 4 at the back half of the field. As you can see, passing him now is Blake Freeman in that number 8. He's taking it easy in the back too. Looks like these 5 drivers really are just have a gentleman's agreement as we go on board with him of taking it easy here and not getting involved in another one. So we go on board with Ayrton Shelley in the 86 Interstate Batteries Toyota. And it looks like that might have been him needing to be let by a hot engine maybe. Engine temp's too high. You don't want to get it too pegged as they're way behind the front pack as we go back up and rejoin that front pack in the 54 NOS Energy Racing Chevrolet. And we are not very far from green flag pit stops here as we jumped ahead in the action a little bit. They only have about 50% of a normal fuel tank here this weekend in a shortened race here at Daytona. You can go maybe 18 to 22 laps or so, depending upon when the leaders pitted last, as you see. And now as they make their way off of turn number 1 and 2, headed down the back straightaway. Pit stops are coming, and I believe I'm hearing over the radios that as this lap, this lead pack will start to make its way down pit road. We're on lap 22 of 100 only, about a quarter of the way through. So we see several of them diving off of turn number 4. Very easy pit road to miss here or lock them up, have some issues. Oh, and the 2 car, he does lock him up. He's driving through the grass. The 46 locks him up, gets a little bit sideways, but it looks like he'll be able to save it as we stay under green here. The 86, 77, and 9 have yet to pit. They take over the top 3 spots. As I hear from pit road, they are pitting this lap. And I do have confirmation the 57 car about spun, self-spun, coming off of turn number 4. Had already had it slowed way up, decided it was time to bring it on down to get 4 tires and grab some fuel. As these 3 cars come off of turn number 3 and 4 and make their way down pit road. And we'll skip ahead momentarily in the action and we'll be right back with you. As we skip ahead in the action, we jump back to cycled through green flag pit stops. 4 cars up front, side by side for the lead. And one thing that green flag pit stops really do here at restrictor plate races is spread out the ones who are good at getting on pit road and the ones who aren't. And the 86 car missed his pit box. Ayrton Shelley cost him large amounts of time as they took no tires. Same with the 77 as you see him now up front. And oh, the 33 is spinning. He is spinning now. Ooh, it's saving it. He is up on the banking, off the banking, on the apron, tire smoke all the way. He saves it. The 83 of Aaron Reed into the outside wall. The officials throw the caution flag, bringing out the second caution of the day. And we'll skip ahead in the action back to green flag racing here as we restart on lap 38 of 100 as they make their way into turns number 1 and 2. One thing very interesting here is the first caution, a big caution, collecting 7 drivers, costing each one of those drivers a faster pair. Caution number 2 comes out after green flag pit stops are cycled through. Everybody's spread way out, and it's a 1-car spin. Aaron Reed got a little bit of damage there in that 83 car, not enough to need a faster pair. Just a few seconds of those optional repairs on pit road, beating out some fenders on the right side, and we're back to racing with 60 laps to go here in the Daytona 250 in the TGN Racing Series. And now you see several of the drivers who were taking it easy there making their way up front and to stay up front. Caden Henry, the 86 of Ayrton Shelley, and the 9 of Justin Smith all took no tires, fuel only on that pit stop in the hope of getting back up to the front. It only worked out for the 77 as the 86 and the 9 both had pit road troubles. The caution saves all of them, and now they're back up here in the front pack, 2 by 2 by 2, racing off at turn number 4. And what'll be interesting is, do we stay green? Do we have a green tendency here? Do we have big cautions, or maybe we have a few more 1-car spins? We're not really sure. Amazing save, though, from the 33 of Brad Slaughter Jr. there in turns 3 and 4 under that caution. Looked like race officials decided it was worthy of a caution, and that bunches the field back up together again, and we are underway again here with 58 laps to go. As we take a look over top, high above in the helicopter, as they make their way, who will lead this lap? It looks like the 21 might have an edge, but no, it's the bottom. It'll be Brad Slaughter Jr. leading them at the stripe this time by. And we'll jump on board with that 86 Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry. And we can take a look at his temperature gauge right now. It's at 250, dropping a little bit. At 260, these lights in the odometers will blink 260 degrees as we have a car spinning off of turn number 2. The caution flag is waving. The flag is out and is a single car spin, and we'll jump ahead in the action. As you saw, we were away there for a moment. Every car did come down pit road, get 4 tires and fuel, as Morgan Gambio in the 46 car will lead us back to the green flag here at Daytona International Speedway. We have completed almost 42 laps here this time by as they make their way into the high banks on turn 1 and 2. And it's very clear here, 58 laps to go, long ways, not even halfway in this race yet. And small 1-car spins, not collecting the whole field, seem to be the theme today, as we've had 2 1-car incidents, 1 very big crash in the first lap in turn 3 and 4, collecting several drivers as they're side by side battling over the lead here coming out of turn number 4. It'll be interesting to see if they do have another one of those long 35 lap green flag runs, green flag pit stops, as we know they only have a half a tank of fuel here, 50% fuel capacity, 18 to 22 laps is the estimated range as they work their way into turn 3 and 4 here. And for the most part, the field's staying closely together this time, not wanting to risk getting caught far back from the field, losing the draft. A few of them. Looks like this high side's going to get the run down into the tribal. Who's going to lead this lap? And it's going to be the 77 of Caden Henry. He gets the momentum coming off of the high side. It looks like he'll drop down to the bottom. As he drops down to the bottom, will that slow? And it looks like it's going to jumble up the bottom line, and the 86 and the 33 will go straight to the front of the field with that, taking their momentum to the lead. That's a pretty beautiful Paradise Vapors car right there. And that 33 car, he's been strong all day, has not been very out of touch with the lead for very long. The bottom will have the momentum coming down the front straightaway, but they're still fighting back strong on that outside. Toyota and Chevy. And oh, we got a car spinning all by himself, touching the apron. Several drivers avoiding it, everybody avoiding it. He's saving the car. The caution is not coming out. The 33 jumps down to the lead. What a great save by Morgan Gambio there in the 46 car. And that was a pretty good save there as Caden Henry jumps to the outside. He's going to take the lead. He's going to lead this lap. But I just have to say again, it's looking like those little tiny mistakes as we complete 48 of 100 laps that time by. The little small mistakes seem to be the theme today as we look overhead in our blimp view. But no caution. He saves it. Everybody misses it. The field is spread out now. Is this where we go green? Have about 5 cars up there in the front pack. One of them we haven't talked very much about today, Ayrton Shelley, one of the more experienced drivers. He hasn't been up front. He decided to take the routine of hanging in the back, not getting much damage after being involved in that first lap caution, as we will complete lap 50 this time by halfway in the race. And oh, the 77 gets a bump coming off the corner. We'll take a quick look at that as we look at the gyro cam on that number 86 car. It looks like the 77 just came up from the momentum on the 86 car, got attacked. He saves it though, no caution, no spin. He saves it back in the second pack as they make their way. They complete lap 50 of 100 halfway through this race, and we'll be back for part 2 momentarily.